Earlier this year, I shot my highest rated round to date in a sanctioned tournament, which was 10.27 at the Warwick Disc Golf Championships, which actually probably should have been one stroke better. I had a really unlucky roll away on the final hole. But before that round, I had a little bit of an epiphany of like sort of a form cue that I decided to use for the rest of that tournament. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I ended up having a really good round after starting to implement this form cue. And I think it helped me ever since then. So I just want to share it with you. This will be a quick video, just kind of the one thing throughout the year that I think actually helped me quite a bit. So when you throw the disc, you do your reach back, and then you pull the disc forward. You kind of have that stretch in your back, like you're kind of pulling the disc behind you. And I think something that I did erroneously for a while, maybe I did it right at some point, wrong at other points, but at least at the time when I had this epiphany and realized this form cue, I was doing it wrong, which is I'm kind of treating the entire throw like a pull the whole way. What I think you should do instead is segment it into two different parts. So there's a part after you get to your apex, but before you get to the power pocket, which is a rotation and pulling the disc forward. But after you get to the power pocket, and ideally you want to get into kind of a deeper power pocket, which I'll talk about a little bit in relation to this cue. But after you get to the power pocket, what I realized was you really want to get the disc out in front of you and open up and get it moving forward. And something that I did a lot, and I think I've seen other people do, is they kind of treat the throw like a continuous pulling motion where you're pulling forward the whole way, and you end up getting this, I guess, a shallow power pocket where instead of being deep in it where your elbow's way forward like this, you're kind of getting to here and then you're opening up here, and you're never really getting into this position that's really mechanically advantageous where you're in that deep power pocket and you can unravel and get the most power out of your throw. I tried to focus on getting the disc from here to as far forward as I could, and then once I got there, I tried to open up in front of me. And it was from this position right here that I wanted to, like, the cue that I used throughout the tournament and afterwards was I want to try and get the disc out in front of me. I want the disc to get forward to here, out in front of me, and I want to feel like I'm releasing it like kind of out of my chest and forward. Because that's going to mean the disc is getting forward in this power pocket, I'm getting that elbow forward, and I'm exploding forward as opposed to getting to back here and then kind of doing this thing where my elbow's maybe a little bit tucked, I'm kind of further back and I'm opening up everything prematurely or something somewhere else and my timing is off. If you've never thought about the throw in this way, I definitely would give it a try. I think a lot of people kind of like pull the disc behind them the whole way and get caught trying to make everything have so much lag. They don't get to that part where after you hit the power pocket, you want everything to be forward and you want it to go and open up out in front of you, and you want that follow through to come forward, and you want to really unravel the disc. And you can't do that if everything's lagging back behind you so much. I'll try my best right here to illustrate the difference between these two different ways of throwing. I can't promise I'll do it perfectly, but I'll try my best. So I'll throw one where I'm going to try and let the disc kind of lag behind, do what I feel like I used to do. Let me do it instead where I try to get the disc really forward, not in front of me, and open up. I want to get to this point and I want to open up in front of me. I want to get the disc out in front of my chest. So just like kind of a more powerful throw there, really got out in front. I want to try and do one more of each just to really drive this point home. So again, doing it the wrong way, I'm going to just think about, I'm not going to get it out in front of me, I'm going to let it kind of come behind me and just, it's going to feel smooth, it's going to feel almost like a little lackadaisical. I will try and put a little bit more power into it though. I don't want to like tone it down too much. I want to get a good comparison. So I'm going to put some effort, but I'm going to try not to get the disc forward like I think I'm supposed to. Yeah, so there it is right there. Just didn't get the disc forward enough. I opened up too early. It was kind of back here as I opened up, not up here where I want it to be. Okay, and again, doing it the right way. Just want to think about the cue I'm doing, get the disc out in front of me. I want it to get out, forward, kind of up towards that right pec, and like open up in front of me. I want to get, I'm really thinking of getting it from apex of the reach back to like up to like the elbow forward up towards my pec, so that when I'm opening up, I can feel like I'm throwing it out in front of me. I'm really extending the disc forward and getting that full unraveling of the power pocket, not coming back here and opening up too quickly. And for this one, to have even more of a contrast, I'm not really gonna try and throw it that hard. I'm just gonna like throw it at like a casual speed, not really try and put too much effort on it. But you'll see that doing it this way, you kind of do get like this really nice effortless power. Kind of like got over on that a little bit, but still good. So that's kind of something I realized at that tournament. Helped me play pretty well. And once I realized it, it kind of made me realize like, oh, like I can really throw the disc the way I want to on what felt like a lot more of an effortless release, where when I had it behind me, I had to really crank on it to get it going. But once I thought about just getting it to that point and opening up in front of me, the power that I threw the disc on was way easier. The starting hole that I was playing on, actually, I had to throw a Firebird kind of uphill and around a corner, and I wanted to really make sure there was an OB between me and the basket, and you had to go up around the right. And I really was worried about hyzering out too early because I was throwing a pretty overstable Firebird. And I was kind of just throwing it really, really hard. And then while warming up, while practicing, I made this realization to like, oh, if I get the disc out in front of me, I get more power, it's a lot easier. And then once I started doing that, I was beating the OB and getting it out flat with a ton of speed way easier than the way I was doing it before. And then from then on out, like every other hole that I played, I was able to just throw more effortlessly. So I really think this is a really important tip if you want to get that kind of effortless power that you see a lot of people get out of sort of just like nice, smooth, easy throws. Because sometimes that like smooth feeling where you're kind of just coming through and not really timing it right won't actually get you the power, but getting into that power pocket out in front of you, everything just opens up and the mechanical advantage of the power pocket really gets to work its magic in the throw. Anyway, that's all. Peace.